A home redesign or renovation is something that a lot of people dream about, but it doesn't come without a certain amount of effort and sometimes some pain. So we're going to talk to experts and get advice on how to keep your dream renovation from becoming, well, a nightmare. So today we're here with Tony Orbach, who is a project manager with Bauhaus Construction. As I look around, we're in a home that's about 3/4 of the way through a renovation. Is this sort of the typical look that you would see?
Yes, looks very good, actually. Everything's still protected, but it's clearly getting near the end. Yeah.
And what are some of the things that a homeowner should expect when going through a renovation?
One of the most important things is just that will be a disruption to life in the house. So they need to prepare, and there'll be a lot of dust. You can do just plastic sheeting with a zipper in it, create a door in it. That's probably the easiest. You can go all the way up to having a sort of a temporary quasi-permanent looking wall of sheetrock or plywood. If you're doing the exterior work, you want to have that plywood wall, but then have a door in it, and the exterior door that is lockable. You're also impacting the neighbors, so you have to make sure that they know.
What are some of the best ways that you know to deal with, crew coming in and out of the house?
It's important to lay the ground rules for the crew. Certainly have a working list so whoever's home, can have a rough idea of, who are these people in my house. It's important.
So now we're here with Kingsley Belcher in her creation.
That's right. This is one of my favorite projects because I was able to get in early on in the pre-planning stage.
And when you are talking with a client or a homeowner, what's sort of the interaction between what they want for their design and your creative input?
I ask them to give me their wish list as well as their realities on what they need to accomplish on the project. That way I can kind of prioritize or help them prioritize what they really care about and where they're being consistent on a project. Not only are we selecting, what does your faucet look like, what does your sink look like, but we're also maybe selecting fabrics and finishes. We keep things in a baggie per room so that they can stay organized. I help them with a notebook that sets up their project based on things specific to the particular rooms that they're designing.
How would you help a homeowner with sort of all the chaos that's going to be happening in their home?
In the case of having to stay in the house, they might be going to a situation that feels more like apartment living, where they're living out of 2 rooms. They might have toy bins in both spaces or have to buy more storage type elements to make makeshift pantries and that kind of thing.
So what sort of things should a client know about delays in the house?
I try to help them understand what elements happen first on a construction site. So even though we don't care what color your sofa is, we want to know where your sofa's placed so we know whether we have to have a floor outlet or do we have access to a plug for a lamp, that kind of thing. So we always try to make decisions on the elements that are going to cause construction delays first, and that's typically electrical and plumbing.
This is the lovely Lori, and we are in your home that's currently being renovated. Tell us a little bit about why you decided to take on this project.
Well, we moved into this house about 5 years ago, and it was a little smaller in size than we wanted at the time. So we decided to blow out the back wall and make a bigger family room and enlarge the kitchen as well. Based on the renovation that we were doing, we didn't really need to move out. Our bedrooms weren't really being affected. We had a living room that we could stay in. We put a TV in it where we didn't currently have a TV, and we just figured that we could work with what we had.
What are some of the strategies that you used for having a makeshift kitchen?
Really, we had only one place that we could go, and that was our basement. And we had our meals down there for the most part with little portable heaters.
Do you have any tips or suggestions for people out there who are looking to renovate their homes on things that they can do to make this process easier?
Oh, absolutely. Number one, know that it doesn't last forever. Eventually it will be over. This is a temporary situation. This room was our one central location. This was Command Central. My temporary coat closet was on a box in this room. We had to cover our furniture to protect it from any dust. There's a lot that you have to do to make it comfortable for yourself. And as long as you're able to do that, it's really not that bad. And if I can do it, anybody can do it.
So as you can see from the makeshift kitchen and office behind me, the most important thing a family can do is just keep everything in perspective and make sure you roll with the punches as they come. Some people do choose to move out of the house completely during the renovation, but whatever it is that you choose, just remember that this transition is only temporary. And very soon you will be out of all of this and back into your new beautiful home.